First of all, let me start by thanking Swamiji for having remembered me once again to come and join you this evening. He has advised me on two topics. One topic he said to start with is on the benefits and importance of fasting. Mainly because today happens to be Ekadashi, and on Ekadashi day every month fasting is practiced and prescribed both. And today being an auspicious day for fasting, I thought in deference to his wishes I should speak on fasting to start with. Fasting has been prescribed in practically every religion. Right from the beginning of religion itself in the world, fasting has been prescribed as an important part of the religious life of man. Hinduism, of course, is one of the oldest religions which introduced the need for fasting. Hinduism, over a period of time, developed fasting into a very structured discipline. Subsequent to Hinduism came two other religions which also prescribed fasting. One was Buddhism and the other was Jainism. Buddhism also has prescribed, not Buddha himself fasted a lot. In fact, he is achieving enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. It is reported that he fasted for a long time before he achieved enlightenment. Jainism has carried fasting to a very extreme extent in their pollution fast. They eat nothing and they drink nothing for a very long period of time, as you know. Minimum prescribed as a pollution fast is 9 days. Sometimes people have gone to 40 days, sometimes they have gone to even 3 months. And they have developed the capacity to fast without food and drink for 9 days at a time, at a stretch. Islam and Christianity came much later than Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. Islam prescribes a fast of 30 days only as a prescribed fasting period in the month of Ramadan. The fast is supposed to start before sunrise. You take your last meal for the day before sunrise, and during the course of the day you eat nothing to your mouth. No water, no food, you don't smoke, you don't even take medicine, nothing absolutely, until you break the fast after sunset. So from before sunrise to after sunset is the period of the fast. Whether it is summer, winter and so on, you are supposed to fast for 30 days. Christianity has prescribed certain fasts. Jesus Christ himself prescribed and has mentioned in the New Testament the need for fasting. The Holy Bible has got a long, beautiful poem which is there in the book of Isaiah. I thought I should first read that part. I am not going to read the Hindu part because you are all fully aware of it, perhaps more than I am aware of it, about the significance of Ekadashi and the fasting in Ekadashi. Here is what the Bible says. The Old Testament says about fasting. It's a short poem, so we don't. Is not this the bond I chose to lose the bonds of wickedness? Is not this the bond I choose to lose the bonds of wickedness? To undo the knots of the yoke, to undo the knots of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free and every yoke to snap. Is it not to share your bread with the hungry? This is the definition of the fast as to according to the Bible. Is it not to share your bread with the hungry and the homeless poor to bring home? When you see the naked, to cover him. If you remove from your midst the yoke, the finger of scorn, the mischievous spark, the mischievous scorn, and share your bread with the hungry, and satisfy the craving of the afflicted, then shall your light shine out in darkness. This is a small poem in the book of Isaiah in the Bible. Now, some people, of course, fast even in the biblical times and subsequently in the New Testament times, Jesus Christ followers, to show off that they were very devout people, very religious people, very pious people. Jesus Christ condemns people who show off their fasting, who fast but want to show to the rest of the world that they are very, very pious. So, here is what Jesus Christ says in the New Testament. When you fast, do not put on a gloomy look like the hypocrites. If you fast, do not put on a gloomy look like the hypocrites, for they neglect their personal appearance to let people see they are fasting. Making a show that they are fasting, put on a very gloomy, hungry look on your face, don't wear fresh clothes, old clothes, so that people should know that you are on fast. They neglect their personal appearance to let people see they are fasting. I tell you, says Jesus Christ, I tell you, that is all the reward they will get. That is all the reward they will get of the fasting. But when you fast, perfume your hair, wash your face, so that no one may see you are fasting except your Father in heaven. He alone should know that you are fasting. Your Father who is in heaven and who is unseen, who sees what is secret, and He will reward you. So don't expect people's appreciation, piety and so on from them. And fasting has been prescribed for the Muslims for several reasons. One of the major reasons is for self-purification. It means that the idea is that when you fast not for the sake of showing to others, for the sake of God and for purification of your soul, your body. During the fast, you are not supposed to lie, you are not supposed to speak foolish things, you are not supposed to backbite anybody, you are supposed to spend your time in prayer, and you are not supposed to break your fast and go for a feast. It is unfortunate, very unfortunate, and I have seen this happen, that in the month of Ramadan, which is supposed to be the sacred month for the Muslims, when you are supposed to fast 30 days and you are supposed to spend your time in prayer, avoid all evil activity, avoid all backbiting, slander, fighting with each other, hatred for each other. Instead of following these dicta which has been prescribed, the moment people break their fast at sunset, they go in for a big feast. So I see it on the television. Ramadan in Hyderabad, Ramadan in Delhi, Ramadan in Chennai, Ramadan in Dubai. All shops are full of fruits and sweets and biryanis, and throughout the night people gorge themselves on excellent food which they don't eat during the remaining 11 months of the year. This is complete travesty, a complete travesty of the whole logic of fasting. The logic of fasting is not that in 1 month you make up for 11 months of normal eating, and you gorge yourself with all these best foods and biryanis and parathas and sweets and God knows what else. There was a great Sufi of the 13th century, Najmuddin Kubra, very famous Sufi. He was in Isfahan, and in 1220, when Isfahan was attacked by Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan came to besiege Isfahan. He had heard that this great saint Najmuddin Kubra was living in Isfahan. His habit, Genghis Khan's, was that when he conquered a city, he put every single person to the sword. Men, women and children, irrespective of their age or they were all killed. Not a single soul was allowed to remain in the city. So he would let his soldiers free, go and kill. When he heard that a great saint called Najmuddin Kubra was in the city, he sent word to Najmuddin Kubra, I am going to attack your city. I am giving you permission to leave the city and go away. Save your life. Najmuddin Kubra said, I shall not leave my disciples. If you are going to kill my disciples, I would rather die with my disciples than run away leaving my disciples behind me. So in 1220, along with his disciples, Najmuddin Kubra also was killed in Isfahan. Najmuddin Kubra wrote a book called Siyar, and here is his 20-point recommendation for fasting. And I am going to mention what are these 20-point mention. Point number 1, he says, fasting enables you to resemble the spiritual beings, because the spiritual beings do not eat any of the things that we eat. Now, spiritual beings here would refer to, in the Islamic theology, to angels. In the Hindu pantheon, people refer to the devas. So when you fast, you are resembling the devas. The devas do not eat anything that you are eating. Their food is totally different. Similarly, angels do not eat what you are eating. So by fasting, you are achieving a resemblance to the angels and the devas. This is the first benefit of fasting. The second benefit is you are overpowering the carnal self, that is the nafse ammara. It is your carnal self which inclines you to anger. You lose your temper normally with your subordinates, with your family members, with your peers. During fast, you are not supposed to do any of this. You are not supposed to lose your temper. You are not supposed to become angry with anybody. Your carnal self, Amara, which Sufism calls Nafs Amara, inclines you to greed, to lust. So, when you are fasting, you are not eating anything, your greed automatically gets sublimated. You are not greedy for food because you can't eat any food. So when you are controlling yourself not to eat anything, not to drink anything, you are achieving a higher purpose of not being greedy for wealth, money, health and so on. And lust. In fasting, you are prohibited from approaching any woman, including your wife. You are not supposed to indulge in any lustful activity during the period of the fast. And since you are praying even after the fast is over, at least for 1 month you are away from all lustful activity, away from all areas where you may be committing this kind of activity. So, this is the second benefit of fasting, that it takes you out of your carnal self. Greed, lust, and anger. All the three things get controlled. The third benefit, attaining distinction. He quotes the Prophet. The Prophet has said that fasting is mine, I give the reward for it. God has said in the Quran. So, Najmuddin says, through fasting you are achieving the destination of getting a reward from God. You are enabling yourself to achieve that reward. Fourth, not only an ordinary reward, because the Quran says that those who fast will obtain a recompense without reckoning, without calculation, infinitely. So fasting brings you an infinite benefit, a continuing benefit for all time to come. Next, it purifies the carnal soul of all impurities. You have done so many sins, you have committed so many minor errors and minor sins like gluttony, for example. You have been eating all along, that's gluttony, gossiping, backbiting, slander. From all these things, fasting saves you and purifies your soul. Helps you to purify your soul. Next, there is the divine image in your soul. God's image is there in your soul. And that image has been clouded by what Najmuddin calls the psychic dirt. For a period of time, the psychic dirt has covered that mirror. So it has become very cloudy. Fasting removes that psychic dirt. By fasting, you are removing that psychic dirt and you are cleaning your pure Atma, your soul, of the accumulated dirt so that the image of the divine presence shines bright instead of through a clouded heart, clouded soul. Next, fasting banishes the cataract that afflicts the eye of the heart. There is a cataract which develops in the eye of the heart. And that cataract gets cleared by fasting. When a man is hungry, the glaucoma in the eye of the heart becomes clean. It looks on the hidden world and beholds the angelic realm. This is what fasting helps you to do. Fasting shuts the door to the devil. All the evil that is you are likely inclined to commit, go to the devil. Fasting shuts that door. You are prevented from going and doing evil. And this devil who resides in the veins of the human body and the human skin is always there present. And fasting shuts this door to the devil's machinations. Fasting provides a shield against the devil's activity. It prevents you from going to the devil, and it provides a shield from the devil to come and attack you. So both activities are stopped by fasting. The devil, and it's also a shield against hell. Fasting fixes one's name in the roster of the sincere saints. The saints, the sages, the rishis, they all fasted. And great fasted, persons who fasted. Some fasted in the Himalayas, some fasted in the caves, some sat in their own houses and fasted. They were the real sincere ones. By fasting, an ordinary person like me or you, we are fixing our name in the roster of those people. You are almost achieving parity with the rishis and the saints and the Sufis. You are becoming almost a member of that clan, because fasting fixes one's name in the roster of the sincere saints, because it is a devotion in which hypocrisy and showing off do not fit. The sincere ones never show off. They retired to the caves, they retired to the mountain and did the fasting. They did not come in the world and said, I am fasting. They did not show that they are fasting. So you become a part of that. Fasting helps you to understand the sufferings of the hungry. How a poor, hungry person, how does he feel? Fasting enables you to appreciate the hunger of the hungry people, the destitute, the poor, the deprived. So fasting helps you to appreciate that and teaches you compassion and mercy. So when you are fasting, you are saving that food. You are compelled that instead of allowing that food to go waste, I should help the hungry, the destitute, the poor, distribute it amongst them. Fasting also provides you the happiness. When you are breaking the fast, at the time of breaking the fast, you feel very happy. Why? Not because you are eating the food, normal food, but because you have completed an arduous task. That the task which I fasted for 24 hours or so many hours, I have completed it successfully. That satisfaction and happiness is another benefit of fasting. Fasting also ensures the vision of God on the day of resurrection. Nirvana, when you are getting nirvana, that is assured if you have done your fasting throughout your period. Fasting improves your physical health also, all the time. I was just mentioning to Swamiji just before coming here that we all tend to eat much more than we need to eat. It's a universal thing. Actually, if you see what is happening in the Western countries, obesity, for example, is increasing by leaps and bounds in the United States. I don't know how many of you have been able to visit the States. If you go there and walk on the streets of the United States, you will see more fat people than thin people. Because they are eating all these fast foods, they are eating all these pizzas and hamburgers and what have you. And all that processed food, which is not natural, is putting on fat on their bodies. So, even in India today, what is happening is that under the influence of the West, we are also now going on the same path. They have brainwashed us into all these Kentucky fried chicken and hamburger shops and ice cream shops and so on. And I see all our youngsters crowding those shops today. When I am passing in the car by the side, I see that they are all now influenced by the Western mores into going in for this fast food. The result is that health is getting destroyed. People are suffering from all kinds of diseases which our forefathers did not. Diabetes has become permanent, more or less endemic. Heart attack, heart problems have become endemic. Arthritis has become endemic. Alzheimer's disease has become endemic. Parkinson's disease has become endemic. All of these living style diseases are a result of our wrong intake of food. If we can control the intake of food, I mentioned the example of Prophet Muhammad. 1800 years ago he said that the human stomach is divided into three parts, he said. One part is meant for solid food, one part is meant for liquid food, and one part is supposed to be kept empty because it is the stomach has got a right on that one part. Which means that you should fill up your stomach only to 2/3 and not more than 2/3. An experiment was conducted without reference to this saying of the Prophet in America by the Gerontics Foundation, which was studying old age and longevity and long living and so on. Some years ago, an article was published in the National Geographic based on the research which was done. What did the research come up with? The researchers said that we cannot conduct a research on human beings because human beings live for a very long time, 60 years, 70 years, and we can't wait for so many years to have an experiment. So they selected an animal whose life is only very short, that is a rat. A rat's life is only 2 years, 24 months. All rats die in 24 months time. So they took two groups of rats, 1,000 each, group A and group B. Group A, they allowed the rats to eat whatever they wanted to eat and desired to eat and so on. And on the basis of that, they supplied only 2/3 of that to the group B rats. After 22 months, they discovered that the rats of group A, which were eating freely all that they required, all that they wanted, desired, the animals, these rats started dying at the age of 22 months, and by the 24th month, all the rats were dead. Whereas the rats in group B, which were given only 2/3 of their requirement, they lived up to 36 months. 50% age with health increases if you reduce your food intake by 1/3. A great lesson for all of us. If we can reduce our intake of food by just 1/3 of what we are normally eating, whatever we are eating, your lifespan with healthy lifespan will go up by 50%. So, this is what Najmuddin Kubra is talking when he says it helps you in keeping good health. Fasting also empties the container of the body, he says. Your body and your soul both are containers. They contain all kinds of evils and all kinds of bad things. Tamasic, even tamasic, rajasic, even sattvic, you eat in excess quantities. This container goes on getting filled up. If your container is full, how does the divine come into your container? Where is the space for God to come in? So, fasting empties the container and enables the divine inflow to come in. This is the advantage of fasting. And fasting establishes and strengthens your trust in God because only God is supposed to know that you are fasting. You are not supposed to go about beating your drum that I am fasting. So God alone knows that you are fasting. Your trust in God gets strengthened when you are fasting. Similarly, fasting also strengthens your capacity to keep faith, to keep your promise, because fasting you are not doing for the sake of anybody, neither for your husband, nor for your children, nor for society. You are fasting only for the sake of God, to please God. Therefore, when you make a promise to God, when you get up in the morning of Ekadashi or Raza, and say I am going to fast today, it's a promise which you are making to God. And if you have kept that promise, that is a great thing. It strengthens your capacity to keep faith with human beings. By keeping faith, by keeping your promise to God, you are becoming strong enough to keep faith with the human beings. So fasting helps you to strengthen your capacity to keep your promises. Fasting also helps you to focus on prayer, because during the period of fast, prayer becomes very important. You focus on prayer, you concentrate on prayer, and you concentrate on the divine presence in yourself. You avoid all foolish activity, you avoid all silly pursuits. And finally, fasting always receives the blessing of God. This is the greatest achievement of fasting. You are blessed by God because you have fasted for His sake. These are the great benefits of fasting as per the Sufi pantheon, the Buddha's 20-point fasting program.